So we're going to get started with polynomial word problems. The first two here on page 10 are not exactly word problems, but it can kind of build into a word problem that we'll see a little bit later. So first thing I want you to notice about question 1 is that we're asked to find the area. Make sure that when you know you're finding the area, it means to multiply. And I just want the area of the shaded region. So if you can kind of envision with me that the shaded region is all the stuff that is sloppily colored right here, right? So the inside, think of it like a picture frame. The inside, the picture itself is not the frame. We're just looking for the frame or that shaded area. So to do that, we have a two-step process. The first thing that we want to do is find the area of the big box. I don't know if you want to call it the large box. So we're going to kind of make a note up here. We're going to take the area of the large minus, and then watch, I'm putting this in parentheses, the area of the small. Okay. And the reason it's in parentheses is because we're going to have to keep change. All right, so let's find the area of the large box first, or that big outside, right? So I have that x plus 9 and that x plus 9. I know that this is a 2 by 2. I've got to set up a box. If you see multiplying or area in any of these problems, you have to set up a box. X and 9, x and 9, and I'm filling out the inside. Don't forget diagonally what we need to do is, yes, that's right, add. So there's the area of the large. Next, I've got to find the area of the small. I'm doing that same process here because this is also a 2 by 2. X and negative 2, x and negative 2. And again, diagonally, make sure that you are adding. So then, okay, I have both of these areas. What am I supposed to do? Well, exactly what we set up here. We're going to subtract them. So the area of the large, let's go back to that, is this x squared plus 18x plus 81 minus, in parentheses, the area of the small, x squared minus 4x plus 4. So then don't forget when you're subtracting, I said it a minute ago, but you've got to keep, change. Let's change that to addition, and then we're going to change all of these signs. What do I do with this up here? I'm going to cross it off. I don't need it anymore. And then I'm adding my like terms of the things that are left. Right? X's that are squared go together. X's that are plain go together. And constants go together. Well, I have here my x plus negative x, that's 0x squared. I don't write that in my answer, right? So my shaded region is just, well, the blue. Let's look at the blue. 18 plus 4. 18 plus 4 is 22x. And then 81 plus negative 4 is positive 77. That's the area of my shaded region. So what I would do is pause, try the second one, and then unpause and watch the solution. So again, first thing, box the outer region. Getting some kind of big numbers here. We're going to box the small region as well. And then we got to subtract very carefully. don't forget to keep change. Keep change plus negative 4x squared, positive 12x, negative 9. And then your like terms. So 25x squared plus negative 4x squared. So my shaded region, 25 plus negative 4 is 21x squared. Negative 110 plus 12 is negative 98x. And positive 121 plus negative 9 is positive 112. And that's the area of the shaded region. So then we're going to move on to page 11. We're going to try to get these notes in here as well. If the video cuts off, I'll pick up with a second video. So we're starting number 1. The length of a rectangle is 6x minus 3. The width is this whole long thing. What is the perimeter? Okay, notice in here I'm asked for perimeter. That means I'm going to add. Do not do the box method if we're adding. All right. I also would maybe draw yourself a little picture to kind of help, visualize what's happening here. I've got the length is 6x minus 3, and that width, and it doesn't matter which side is which, as long as you know that they're opposite sides. But perimeter means I'm adding 4 sides, so make sure that you're adding 4 things. Now, you can go ahead and either label this, these sides are the same, so you can label them. And same with this one, top is the same as the bottom. Or, if you know that they're the same, you could also easily multiply by 2. It's kind of a personal preference. Multiply by 2 and then add your things together. Or add the things together and then multiply by 2. I think everyone tends to forget to do that step. So I'm just going to rewrite it on either side, and then we'll just add all the sides together. So again, like terms, my x squareds, I only have 2. My x's, there are 4 of those. And my constants, there are 4 of those. So 2x squared plus 2x squared, my perimeter is 4x squared. I have, right here, I have 6, and 6 is 12. 12 minus 4 is 8, and 8 minus 4 is 4. And then I have that 9 plus 9 is 18, and 18 minus 3 is 15, minus 3 more is 12. So there is my perimeter. Going to number 2, this one tells us the length of a rectangular garden. Again, helpful to draw it out. Rectangular garden. It's 3x plus 5 by 9x plus 4. This time it asks for the area, which area means to multiply. In this unit, if you're multiplying, you've got to set up a box. Notice that this is a 2, 1, 2 by 2. So you can set up your box to reflect that. And fill that out. I have 27 x squared. This is 45x. That's 12x. And that's 20. So the total area is 27x squared. Add your diagonals when you are multiplying. Plus 57x plus 20 is our answer. Moving on to number 3, a rectangular plot has a length 8 feet longer than its width. A new plan calls for the length to decrease by 4 while the width increases by 4. What's the expression of the new area? So let's model the old area and then figure out how I would be changing it for the new. So for the old, I have, well, let's see, this is the first sentence. A rectangular plot has a length of 8 feet longer than its width. what that looks like, longer than, well, than is the key word here. Longer, I know I'm going to add. I don't know what the width is, so I'm going to call it X, or you can call it W if you wanted to. So it's 8 plus switching it with this variable, this X or this W. So that really is saying X plus 8, not 8 plus X. And it doesn't say anything about the width, but I use that X is the width, so that's what I'm going to call the width over here. That's just something you kind of need to know. If you're using a variable to represent the width in one part, you use that same variable to represent the width in the other part. Again, this is the old plan. It says a new plan calls for the length, so let's go back to this, the length to decrease by 4, so that was up here. It's going to decrease by 4. Right, that was right here, decrease by 4, while the width increases by 3. Here's the width over here, increase that by 3. So what's the expression of the new area? And area does mean that we're going to multiply, which you can guess means we're going to multiply. There I go. Set up a box. I think it'll be helpful to rewrite this. I have an X plus 3, but this up top here can be rewritten. Plus 8 minus 4 is just X plus 4, right? And then I can do the box method. This is the new area. X and 4, X and 3. It doesn't matter what goes down the side or across the top. And we're filling out like a multiplication chart. Diagonals mean I need to add. So the new area is X squared, positive 7X, positive 12. Boom, new area. And the last part is the length of the rectangle and the width of the rectangle. I want the area minus the perimeter. Whew, that's a doozy. So let's do both of these things, right? So area, let's do over here. Perimeter, let's do over here. For the area, you know you're going to need to do the box method. Right, so I'm going to have it dimensions 3x and negative 5 and 4x and 9. So this should all be coming natural to you now. Negative 20x. So the area is 12x squared plus 7x minus 45. And then we'll find the perimeter over here. Perimeter, again, means to add, all right? So if we're adding, how many sides do I have? I have 3x minus 5 and 3x minus 5. On those sides, 4x plus 9 and 4x plus 9. Combine your like terms. Right? So like terms, here we go. X, 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 and X. And constant, 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 constant. Watch those signs. 8 plus 6 is 14x. It's my green. And then 18 take away 10, or 9 plus 9 minus 5 is positive 8. Now that I have both of those things, don't forget the thing it wanted you to do, which was minus or subtract the area minus the perimeter. If you're subtracting, don't forget to put that second thing in parentheses and keep change. 12x squared plus 7x minus 45 minus 14x plus 8. Keep change. If I'm moving too fast, you just slow it down, pause it, catch up where you need to. Keep all of those things in the first polynomial, change the signs in the second. Not using that anymore, and then I have like terms. I only have 1x squared, but I have 2 x's, and I've got 2 constants. So, final answer. The area minus the perimeter is 12x squared. Positive 7 plus negative 14 is negative 7x. And then negative 45 minus 8 plus negative 8 or minus 8 more is negative 53. There's the area subtract the perimeter. There are lots of types of word problems that could be, given to you, but here are just some of the basic examples for what you'll see on your test, on the final exam.